Welcome to this edition of The Rhody Reporter. I'll be your host for the segment, Mark Zaccaria. These days, the number of primary and secondary students playing football is going down. In a time of pandemic, though, the number who are becoming political footballs themselves is rising rapidly. Just last week, Bob Walsh, Executive Director of the National Education Association of Rhode Island, furrowed his brow and solemnly pronounced that, quote, "The many uncertainties about health and safety, federal funding, cleaning, personal protective equipment, transportation, air quality, and other logistical issues," unquote, make it doubtful we can reopen public schools this fall. Now, your intuitive and inquiring Rhody reporter feels strongly that the teachers Mr. Walsh represents certainly want to get paid as the new school year begins next month. Apparently, there is some question on whether or not they'd also like to teach. Meanwhile, at her most recent coronavirus presser, Ocean State Governor Gina Raimondo claimed to unveil a plan to reopen public schools. Instead, what she actually did was to announce a number of benchmark statistics which will be used to determine whether or when it is safe to reopen schools. With both aggressive tone and body language, the governor forcefully concluded her statement by asserting that little Rhody was ready to change on a dime if there were spikes in cases. Providence Mayor Jorge Elorza was also stretching to provide a yes or no answer to the same question on schools in the capital city. Instead, he gave a kind of a yes and no answer by announcing his Reopening Strong initiative. It consisted of 4 different scenarios for Providence school operations. Trouble is, it didn't offer any guidance on which of the 4 was rounding the clubhouse turn in the lead and beginning the stretch run to the finish. Rhode Islanders intuitively know that if you've got 1 foot on the gunnel and 1 on the dock while the boat is leaving, your situation is precarious. There's not a lot of time for deliberation. You've got to jump one way or the other. Science says the risks to kids in a well-managed classroom are minimal. Tradition says that most regular flu seasons result in about the same number of infections, hospitalizations, and deaths that we've seen from COVID. But we've never closed down schools because of the flu. Economics says that teachers do a better job of teaching than most parents, and that most parents would help us all out by getting back in the driver's seat of our stalled economy and revving up the business engine. So why are those who hold the controls of the public school system suddenly so willing to kick around all those cute little political footballs rather than get off the dime and make life better for us all?